I would argue that the last time we've had this much disruption to markets was probably the Second World War.
Pent-up demand, idled ships, and overloaded ports are combining to create supply chain problems for Canadian businesses and consumers. A shortage of workers in a range of sectors, including truckers and in manufacturing, is adding to the logistics logjam. David Soberman from the Rotman School of Management says shipping from Asia, where many goods destined for the Canadian market are made, is particularly affected.
These types of massive disruptions don't happen that often, thankfully. And you can imagine during a war, you have to close down the production of certain consumer products because they needed to make arms and ships. And that was what occurred during the Second World War. And we were in a situation like that in the pandemic in terms of product markets. There were just things that weren't available because if these products are being made in other countries and their factories are closed or their ships or their ports are not working, we're not going to get them.
Many goods heading to Canada first arrive in U.S. ports and are then transported north of the border by rail or road. The two largest ports on the West Coast are in Los Angeles and Long Beach, California. The White House has allowed the ports to operate around the clock, but the logjam of shipping containers is having a major impact.
There are just simply not enough containers available. And this is especially the case in Asia, because what you want is those containers to be unloaded so those ships can go back to Asia to get filled up again. Probably by summer of next year, we will see some equilibrium. And the one caveat on that prediction is that we don't see a reemergence of the pandemic. So the number one way of trying to insulate ourselves from further disruptions, as you would be expecting, is high levels of vaccination. That's the most likely thing that, yes, we're going to be able to do things in society, but if you want your store shelves to be full and shopping to be easy and the way it normally is, or the way it was pre-pandemic, having everyone vaccinated here and abroad is a really critical component of getting there.
Mr. Soberman says businesses need to be alert to holdups in their supply chain and be ready with backup sources. And when it comes to Christmas shopping, get in early and look for alternatives to the most in-demand items.
We're going to see stockouts a lot more quickly, and we're going to see shortages really make products less available more rapidly now because of the way retailers are managed.